reasons why Baylor football this year could go 11-1 or 12-0. The offensive line and first reason, the Baylor offensive line and defensive line will be one of the best, if not the best, in the Big 12. If you look at it, I mean, you've returned 4 stars and your defensive line returns your 2 deep, and you even bring in Jackson Player as well as a transfer. That's big. The quarterback play will be better consistently in the passing game. Not the doggone Gary Bohannon, but Blake Shapen is an upgrade in terms of consistency down the field on passing. Which leads me to my third reason. The playbook will be opened up more with the passing game. Like take deep shots down the field. And you know what I mean. Fourth, the defense as a whole will be solid, especially at linebacker with transfer Josh White. Besides the defensive line. And I know there is questions in secondary, but I'll address that in a minute. People have forgot Josh White transferred to Baylor. I don't understand why. He should have been listed as a guy that's an incoming guy. Because he's good enough to start for Baylor this year. And he might have the same type of production or similar to Terrell Bernard. That's how good he is, though I know, granted, both guys play different positions at linebacker. But still, you know what I'm saying. Nears at number 5. The secondary could be an upgrade from last year with like 2 stars coming back or a few guys coming back on defense. I know they're young, but they might be an upgrade. Reason number 6. The running back depth is solid with Tate McWilliams, Craig Squirrel Williams, Josh Fleeks, who was a wide receiver now at a running back position now, Quaylon Jones, and Kyan Roberts-Day. And yes, Kyan Roberts-Day is starting his career at running back at 6'4", 270 pounds. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to lose at least 10 pounds. At least. But no more than 30 or 40. I mean, that's... And yes, I'm going to include Craig Squirrel Williams because if you saw the spring game, you could see how dynamic he was. And in the past, sure, he didn't play that much last year, but in a game against Iowa State in 2020, Iowa State didn't have an answer for him. I mean, that's the truth. Reason number 7. There will be a solid duo tight end with Ben Sims and Drake Dabney. Yeah, I mean, like one of the best tight ends in the Big 12, and you even have a great number 2 tight end. And you do have Gavin Yates and incoming freshman Kelsey Johnson and Cody Ludenka at tight end as well. So you have depth. They have quality depth. Reason number 8. They have good wide receivers on the roster with Jordan Neighbors, Monterey Baldwin, Gavin Holmes. Yes, he's torn 2 ACLs in the past, so that's an issue. Cameron Barner, Seth Jones, Josh Cameron, who used to be a walk-on, but now he's a fully scholarship player. Jalen Ellis, but he's been injury-prone since that all-star high school football game that he was supposed to enroll. Javon Gibson and Hal Presley, who just got back within the last few weeks with a foot injury, which caused him to miss the spring. Reason number 8, you have tough games, home games against Oklahoma State and Kansas State besides the other home games. That's big to have those home games, especially Oklahoma State early on when they could be struggling on defense some. We get the new defensive coordinator and then lose. They have a great defensive line, but they lost a lot from linebacker to the secondary. Reason number 10 is Oklahoma and TCU might have a down year in terms of history. Not saying like losing record for both teams necessarily, But though TCU could miss a bowl game this year. Reason number 11, Iowa State might not be as strong this year, with losing the majority of the production from last year, including Brees Hall. And the reason number 12, Texas Tech is in a transfer period with a new head coach in Joe McGuire, though they are a dangerous team, don't get me wrong. Reason number 13, West Virginia football has lost 24 guys to the transfer portal this offseason. And that does include last week with the recent running back transfer from Clemson leaving. And the reason number 14, Texas doesn't have a good O-line. If you watch, I know you can't take anything from the spring game, but that's the truth about Texas. They don't have a good O-line. They don't even have a good defense. Yes, they got transfers, but how much will the defense improve? We'll see. Okay. Now, these are reasons why they don't get to 11-1 or 12-0, besides injuries. Yeah, I don't have to say that for sure. Reason number 1, the road slate is harder this year with Texas, Oklahoma, and BYU on the road. And Texas is the day after Thanksgiving, mind you. And BYU is week 2. I would favor Baylor in that game only because against BYU slightly, because I think the Baylor O-line is going to take advantage of the BYU D-line, and the D-line for Baylor could give fits to the BYU O-line. I mean, they shut down their running game last year, and they run the same concept of an offense, so we're familiar. Both teams are familiar with that. Reason number 2 for that they don't is because there are track games with Texas Tech and West Virginia both being on the road. I just hope Texas Tech is not a night game and West Virginia is a night game on a Thursday night. I mean, that's... And Baylor's never won in Morgantown. And I think this team should be good enough to win more times than not, but that's still a thing to keep in mind. Reason number 3, Baylor's only defeated TCU only one time since 2014 with that 61-58 game. So the TCU game at home might not be as easy as I think it should be. And it's a rivalry too. Reason number 4 is obvious, like the young secondary, which could cause the defense to not be as strong as last year. And reason number 5, it's like unproven at wide receiver, and they don't, in terms of experience at wide receiver and running back, which might hurt them, but I think the running back, not as much. It's just the wide receivers. So I just wanted to give reasons why they could, because I know some fans out there, Texas fans, say no way they don't go 11-1 or 12-0. Now I gave you a lot of reasons. You can't deny it. I mean, seriously. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Let's get to 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year.